Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 scariest characters in Ben 10.
I thought I had gotten through to you. I thought you had changed.
This much is true. I have changed.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most frightening, bone-chilling, and terrifying characters in the Ben 10 franchise. We'll also be delving into some scary spoilers, so consider this your warning. Is there a character who keeps you up at night that we missed? Give us a spook in the comments.
Hey Mojoholics! For a chance to win cash prizes, play our live daily trivia challenges every day at 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern only at WatchMojo.com/play.
Number 10. The Werewolf. Ben 10. This villain is an absolute beast, literally.
Yeneldushi, Navajo werewolf. I thought they only existed in folklore.
The werewolf is a seriously dangerous threat. It can emit high-pitched sonic howls, move at frighteningly fast speeds, and well, just look at this thing. This isn't a creature you want to have on your tail.
Guess its bark is worse than its bite.
When this big bad wolf first showed up in the classic series, it hunted Ben and the gang down like a predator stalking its prey. The werewolf hasn't popped up much since its debut, but don't get it twisted. It's hard to forget a wild freak of nature like this one.
I better figure out what this thing can do or I'm gonna wind up Wolfie's chew toy.
Number 9. Alien X. Ben 10 Alien Force.
Good a time as any to give this one a try.
He might not be one of the bad guys, but Alien X just has a certain presence you can't help getting a bit intimidated by. He first appeared in Alien Force, and he's a form that Ben tends to be reluctant to take. This celestial sapien is nearly omnipotent. He can bend time and space, and even alter entire realities. There really isn't much that he can't do.
Yeah, my most powerful transformation ever. But it isn't worth the price.
That alone is pretty scary. Alien X doesn't speak much either, which only lends further to the creepiness factor. It's a good thing he's on our side, because if he went rogue, then it'd be game over for the entire universe.
I was too late to save the universe, so I used Alien X to make a whole new one.
Number 8. The Highbreed. Ben 10 Alien Force. The Highbreed are a race of alien conquerors who have made it their mission to wipe out every species in the universe in pursuit of total genetic purity. Which is, yeah, super yikes.
I shall eradicate you, and there will be one less vermin infesting a grateful universe.
They serve as some pretty threatening big bads in Alien Force. Their radical ideologies aren't the only dangerous thing about them, though. They're pretty much giant weapons of mass destruction just on their own.
You are not the first to taste defeat at our hands, nor will you be the last.
They're tall, fast, and super strong. Oh, and they can fly too. Not to mention that they just look plain unsettling.
Congratulations, that was almost exercise.
Word of advice if you ever meet the Highbreed, run. Number 7. Benzaro. Ben 10 Omniverse.
Boo!
Zombie Ben 10. Yep, that's pretty much the gist of it. Benzaro's a version of Ben from the multiverse whose world became infected by a zombie outbreak. Nope, this isn't a crossover with The Walking Dead.
Ben, smash!
And if that wasn't enough, like just about every other Ben, he has his own Omnitrix, fittingly called the Zombotrix. Being a zombie is scary on its own, but what makes Benzaro really terrifying is that his alien forms are all zombified too.
Cousin Mead! Cousin Dweeb!
You think regular Frankenstrike was a scary alien? How about zombie Frankenstrike? Number 6. Vampire. Ben 10 Omniverse. The Ben 10 franchise really is the gift that keeps on giving. It's got werewolves, zombies, and vampires. Vampire is a Vladat, which is basically like a space vampire. He got his time to shine in Omniverse. Maybe that wasn't the best phrase for us to use given he can burn in sunlight, but you know what we meant. He's not exactly out to suck anyone's blood, but he sure knows how to feed on people's life force. Which, now that we think about it, also probably isn't much better.
What do you know? Ordering henchmen around is kind of fun.
Vampire can turn into a bat, fly, and even manipulate the undead. He might not exactly be Dracula, but that doesn't mean he can't give people a good fight.
Sleep! Sleep! But I'm not sleepy.
Number 5. Dr. Victor. Ben 10.
We could be in trouble.
green skin, partially cybernetic body parts, and 2 gigantic coils sticking out of his back are just some of the things that make Dr. Victor so unsettling. His, well, let's say interesting look isn't the only thing that gives us the creeps. This mad scientist from the original series is vicious.
I'll show you some magic. I'm gonna make you disappear.
He's probably one of the best examples of having both brains and brawn, and he's an incredibly intelligent scientist, but also never one to shy away from a fight.
These games have delayed me long enough.
And remember the werewolf we mentioned earlier? Guess who that primal beast answers to? Yep, Dr. Victor. Number 4, Zombozo, Ben 10. We don't like to generalize too often, but we're pretty confident that nobody likes clowns. If you do, you'll think otherwise after meeting this evil circus clown whose whole shtick revolves around scaring people.
If you love clowns, then this is the place to be! You're gonna die laughing.
His origins involve getting bit by a zombie. No, it wasn't Benzaro. At least, we don't think so. Zombozo's actually not quite a zombie, though. Instead, he's only half zombie. Our working theory is that even zombie viruses are scared of him.
I hear you're full of tricks, little doggy. Let's see if you know how to play dead.
He debuted in the first Ben 10 series where he absolutely terrified Ben, and similarly to Vampire, Zombozo can feed off people's energy, making him not only a half-zombie psychotic clown, but also a psychic vampire.
I think he steals people's happiness until there's nothing left.
Maybe it's time that Zombozo workshops a more all-encompassing name. Number 3, Eon, Ben 10 Ultimate Alien.
Impressive. In all my years hunting alternate versions of you, I've never met one with your abilities.
Part of what makes Eon so terrifying is his identity. He first appeared in the live-action movie Race Against Time, but he's since found a home in animation starting with his appearance in Ultimate Alien. Eon is a psychopath who travels across timelines and wants to be the only Ben Tennyson in the multiverse. That's right, this deranged antagonist is actually an evil adult version of Ben.
You're not destroying Ben Tennysons, you're absorbing them.
Sure, there's been other evil Bens, but arguably none as vindictive as Eon. Because he doesn't just beat other versions of himself, he also enslaves them.
I'll finally have the strength to replace this timeline with a new one.
Where I will be the only Ben Tennyson that exists.
Eon's backstory as a Ben who broke bad is not only super interesting, but also a cautionary tale. He's someone who our Ben will always have to be careful to avoid turning into. Number 2, Vilgax, Ben 10.
I will see to this task myself.
There's probably no one who even comes close to Vilgax in terms of being Ben's greatest and most iconic villain. This alien conqueror is inadvertently the entire reason Ben got a hold of the Omnitrix all the way back in the classic series. To call Vilgax a scary character is honestly selling him a little short.
I am Vilgax, and I have come for the Omnitrix. And, I'm guessing you're not with the good guys.
He's a menacing force of nature who's enslaved entire planets and etched out a name for himself across the cosmos. He's so frightening, in fact, that barely any living organism across the galaxy wants to work for him, meaning he relies primarily on robot servants like the mechadroids and bioids. We're not calling Vilgax the worst boss ever necessarily, but, well, probably not too far off.
I am still Vilgax, conqueror of 10 worlds.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Zs'Skayr, Ben 10. Come on guys, his name is literally pronounced as Zs'Skayr. How could we not include him on our list?
Now, let's see how you like being trapped inside someone else.
Zs'Skayr was originally trapped within the Omnitrix as Ghost Freak, but even the Omnitrix couldn't keep him down forever. Eventually, it got to a point where Zs'Skayr was the one in control, not Ben. His terrifying look alone is enough to send chills down the spines of even the toughest beings, but that's really only the tip of the iceberg with him. Vilgax enslaved planets, but Zs'Skayr enslaved Vilgaxes.
Within weeks, Ghost Freak controlled my entire planet. He had what he wanted. There was nothing I could do.
The werewolf took orders from Dr. Victor, but Dr. Victor took orders from Zs'Skayr. When it comes down to instilling pure fear in others, nobody does it like Zs'Skayr.
With Vilgax, Ben Tennyson, and myself as one, there will be no power in the universe that can stop me.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.